Hey guys, this is another first impressions video, and this time it's for Tatyana. And when I released the sneak peek video, a lot of people screamed, cried, ranted that the game was gonna end because they released another 7+7 hero. And is that true? Is that true? Is she that broken that we have to pack things and go, or is it something else? We'll talk about that. And we have a lot to cover, guys. I'm gonna try to do this part a little quickly. Slow speed usually pretty bad, but with her it doesn't freaking matter because she uses divine energy. So this slow thing doesn't. I don't even know why they even put it there. Cleanses all debuffs from all ally heroes, restore their HP for 30% of Tatyana's mass HP, and cleanses and releases all stored echoes of ages. By the way, echoes of ages is all those these things: red echo, blue echo, purple echo, yellow echo, and so forth. Revives the so she's gonna cleanse and she's gonna heal. So pretty much right off the bat, you know that she's a support hero. Revives the first fallen ally that can be revived from the left to right, refreshes their awakening effects, and restores 100% of their mass HP. If the target is not a white hero, also restores 100% mass. So pretty much, when you revive a hero, right off the bat, you'll be able to activate their skill right then and there, and it's 100% chance that you're going to revive that hero. Unlike other revive heroes that only revive their specific respective colors, this hero will revive any hero that is dead. So that is something very important to note there. Very important, very powerful. Passive gains deflection with a threshold of 15% mass HP. But deflection is not reflection. Reflection is like taking the damage and also doing that same amount of damage to the one that actually gave you the damage. Deflection is somebody hits you once, but that damage is going to be absorbed by 50% of max HP. In that situation, it's like neutralizing damage. So that's really awesome, really freaking powerful. We'll talk about that in a second. Well, a little later. Tatyana casts skills using divine energy instead of mana. Performs the Touch of Ages pass at the start of each turn. In other words, Touch of Ages draws a random Echo of Ages. Again, these are the ages. Echo of Ages. That triggers a bonus effect that when released, and can store up to 4 echoes. So those are the little stars you're going to see next to her after every turn passes. With the earliest obtained being replaced when exceeding the limit. So in other words, the one that is earliest is going to be replaced by that color specifically. So up until this point, the color selection for a Touch of Ages Pass is random. Now, Red Echo of Ages deals 50% normal attack to all enemies and applies 1 stack of Scorched. So this is gonna be good if you're going to use red heroes that you use the Scorch mechanic. So that's really awesome, and it does, and this is going to stack. So that's really cool too. Green Echo of Ages increases mass HP by 10% for 5 turns. Up to 5 stats, so it can go up to 50% max HP. So that's really freaking powerful, by the way. And deals 3 hits, totaling 30% of mass HP to the target. So that's a lot of freaking damage if you're gonna have a lot of HP, by the way. And to enemies with Pursuit Mark. So that target by 30%, and also the one that has Pursuit Mark. So we just had a hero that was released that's green, Silas. He creates the Pursuit Mark. So yeah, there's synergy there on that situation. Blue Echo of Ages deals 70% counter attack damage to the target and nearby enemies with a 30% chance to apply Frosted for 3 turns and 50% chance to apply Frostbite for 2 turns if the target is already frosted. So right off the bat, you can see here that this Echo is going to be very synergetic with the current blue teams that use a lot of frosted, like Lumimbre, and all that good stuff. So yeah, very very interesting to see that they know that this is the mechanic that they're working on with blue. Yellow Echo of Aegis grants 15% defense for 3 turns, up to 5 stacks. So that's 75% defense. So that's a lot of freaking defense. And deals damage equal to 150% of defense. So this is the same ability from the new yellow tank. I don't remember his name, but yeah, it's the same ability, but it's going to give it to her as well. So it's going to be double it. So yeah, that's really crazy. And last, but certainly not least, Purple Echo of Aegis consumes 5% of current HP, so you're going to lose HP, so you got to be careful with that. To deal 100% damage that ignores shields to all enemies and increases their damage taken by 10% for 3 turns, up to 5 stacks. So we're talking about 50% more damage taken to the enemy. So this specifically for purple, this could be very freaking useful versus bosses that are yellow and you're using a purple team. That could be very freaking powerful. It could decide if you're going to be the #1 damage dealer. It could be. We still have to test that, by the way. And doing damage directly to the HP and ignoring the shield. Pretty much Tesseron, the new purple counterattack hero does this as well. So if you combine this with those heroes, maybe that could be very destructive in PvP. So that's really interesting to know. Deflection limits the damage taken from any single hit to a set percentage of HP. So I already explained deflection, and we all know how divine energy works. Every single turn you get mana. Well, mana-ish, that energy thing. When you generate mana, each turn passes. Each turn also generates loose divine energy, which the attacker can seize by matching Naya stones. Goes to the defender. So yeah, that's the other part of that. So that's why sometimes you see these white heroes like getting a bunch of mana all of a sudden, and that is the reason why. So anyhow, now for the 7 freaking awakenings. +1. Touch of Aegis Pass has a low chance to draw a white Echo of Aegis. White, in other words, you remember that every single 2 turns that passes, you get one of every single turn that passes, you get one of these. But there's a chance that instead of the usual ones, you're gonna get the white one. And now, if you get the +1. And that breaking 30% of all enemy heroes' shield and dealing pure damage to 10% of Tatyana's max HP, ignoring deflection. So that's funny. So pretty much the white touch of Aegis Pass, that's going to maybe counter enemy Tatyanas in the future. Who knows? When her divine energy is full, removes and becomes immune to all effects that render her unconscious or unable to cast skills for 1 turn. This feels like a +5, by the way. Then, on her net skill cast, removes all effects of the same type from all enemies. So if she gets stunned and she gets free from that, she goes off, everybody is free from stuns in that situation. So that's really cool, very synergetic. And this really feels like really freaking powerful for a +1, that's for sure. +2 is attack, defense, and HP by 10%, big buff. Increases critical chance by 10%, defense penetration by 5%. We'll talk about that later too. When taking a fatal blow, fully restores HP and divine energy, and reduces the deflection threshold by 10% for 5 turns. Takes effect one time per battle. So, I wonder why they lowered the threshold for deflection. Maybe deflection works in a different way. I'll investigate that a little bit later. When an enemy hero dies, converts them into an Echo of Aegis of the same color, releases it with its extra effect, and prevents their revival. So it pretty much it activates the effect for the Echo of Ages of that color, and if that one stacks, pretty much all of them in a way they stack. That's gonna stack on the ones that you already have, and it's gonna prevent the revival from that hero. So that's really awesome and very interesting. We've never had a hero that actually prevents you from getting revived. So I wonder if you have Tatyana versus Tatyana, so nobody gets revival. I would love to see that in action because this hero is brand spanking new. +4 increases attack, defense, and HP by 10%. Pretty powerful. Increases the damage to weaker elements by 10% and defense penetration by 10%. That is awesome. +5. After an allied hero casts a skill, draws one Echo of Ages of the corresponding color. This is when you'll be able to actually control the echoes that you actually get for her. Because up until this point, up until all these, everything is random. You don't know what the hell you're getting, honestly. But at +5, if you play with a mono team, because the first thing that I said maybe it should be good to actually have a bunch of colors in the team, and everybody's gonna have a little bit of everything. But now that I think about it, once you get it to +5, for every single hero that you activate the same color, you're gonna get one of these echoes of that specific color, and all that is gonna stack. So that way you can actually choose, I'm gonna go purple and do this, I'm gonna go blue and do this, and so forth. So there's a lot of variety for every single one of these colors, but you have to get it to +5 to actually do that synergy. If the active skill releases 3 non-white echoes of the same color, so this is what I'm talking about, mono teams, or 2 white echoes, other allies trigger the Echo of Ages effect 1 extra time. So that's another additional stack you're going to add to the echoes that you're having. So at this point at +5, you can use mono teams, and you can naturally stack, and do a bunch of interesting abilities, or enhance the strategies that you already have there. Now, depending on the heroes that you have, probably more of the newer heroes that you have now. +6 attack, defense, and HP for 10%. Crit damage by 20%. Awesome. And defense penetration by 15%. Really awesome. Now the +7. Jesus. When battle begins, gains 50% divine energy. Awesome. Because every single time I fought against this hero, which is a few times, and she's not +7, she feels really slow when she's starting off, but now you get a 50% right off the bat, so she's able to go a lot faster. When casting a skill, additional trigger 1 extra revive effect. What does this mean? This means that if you have 2 heroes that are dead, both of them are going to be revived. So that's really freaking crazy, really freaking powerful. There's no hero in the entire freaking game that is able to revive 2 heroes at the same time. And do remember that once you revive those 2 heroes, they will be able to get 100% of HP back, and also activate their skill right then and there, because they're going to get 100% mana back. So that's really freaking powerful. And I know that when heroes are revived, they're weaker, but if they activate their skills and they become stronger and so forth, that can help them survive a lot more in that case. Overflowing echoes are not lost, but released instantly. So that pretty much means that if you have the 4 echoes already and time passes and you don't go off, that's gonna instead of losing it, it's gonna activate and it's gonna give stacks of the specific color that you have saved there. So that's really freaking powerful, guys. Especially if you're frozen or stop at the moment, you're still doing things and you're making sure that the stacks are still there and it's not running out. Let's see. Each release echo restores HP for all allies equal to 5% of Tatyana's max HP. That is something that I noticed now.
Time isn't
that with this season, there is a lot of healing going on. Heroes gain 20% increased healing, 20% healing received, or any other. It says you're going to receive more healing, but I feel that all of them are healing over and over and over. And with this hero is going to be even more healing. It's going to be even harder to take down in that case. So that's really freaking awesome. So, what do I think of this hero at +0? Well, believe it or not, I did fight somebody at that had this hero at +0. I was definitely stronger than them, and I was surprised. I was not expecting her to be this sturdy, even at +0. Check it out.
Always follow your heart when the bell tolls. I'm going to shriek.
Okay, thanks. No, that's the song.
I'm going is where life
is. Okay, thanks.
Perish under the moonlight. This circle of light and
Fire! Restore the broken bond and relights the dead flames.
Always follow the heart.
No, that's the song.
This circle of life and death.
Restore the broken bonds and relight the dead flames.
Perish under the moonlight.
Divine! Restore the broken bonds and relight the dead flames.
Okay, thanks.
Ride the waves and chase the wind.
This is where life ends. I'm going
No,
to shriek.
that's the song. Okay.
Divine! Restore the broken bonds and relight the dead flames. Chase the wind.
This circle of life and death is eternal.
Divine! Restore the broken bonds and relight the dead flames.
Always follow the heart when the bell.
No, that's the song.
Perish under the moonlight. This circle of life and death is eternal.
In Naya's name.
I'm is where life ends.
Okay, thanks. No, that's the song.
Storm always when the bell
No, that's the song.
This is where life ends.
So as you can see, that team was trying to like have a bunch of revival heroes, which is awesome because you have her and other heroes reviving, and it gets to a point that even she gets revived up until that point there. So if you see the time, I only have 3 minutes to stop there, so to actually finish the fight there. Well, 3 minutes to left to fight to end the fight there. So if I was weaker than that team, I would have been worried to not be able to finish it. So that is something you have to take into account as well, because yeah, if she's reviving all the time and giving heroes a second chance a bunch of times, it's got to be really freaking powerful. And at +0, I was not expecting that. Now, I was able to fight versus somebody that already has this hero at +7. and with the weapon. And I'm gonna, oh my god, I should definitely talk about this weapon, because this weapon is no joke as well. Let me talk about the weapon real quick. Let me jump here. Real quick here, because this weapon is pretty much the same as Gar's weapon. However, this does have a few different things. For example, Awaken +1 at the end of every 2 turns. So every 2 turns, this happens. Unleashes Soul Strike, dealing damage equal to 35% of max HP, and increases HP by 5% up to 10 stacks. So 50% more HP on top of the other stuff that we already spoke about. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on at this point. Awaken +2. Remember that Soul Strike is an ability that you only have from this weapon, by the way. Awaken +2. Soul Strike reduces the target's max HP by 20% for 1 turn. So that pretty much means that the target you have, that target is going to have 20% less HP. So that little by little, chipping out, and making it easier to kill. Awaken +3. When casting a skill, grants all non-white allies deflection with a threshold of 25% max HP for 2 turns. So everybody gets deflection. Everybody gets freaking deflection. And they don't die pretty much at this point, because everybody's getting that ability to actually not receive the damage. And remember when I showed you her at +0, even though she's +0, she feels like she's so much more sturdy, so much harder to take down from the other heroes. And at this +3 with this weapon is going to pretty much make the same thing. It's going to make your entire team more resilient to actually receiving damage in that situation. So yeah, really powerful stuff, guys. Awaken +4. After casting a skill, unleashes Soul Strike for 1 time. So she goes off. This happens. So that's really freaking crazy. And increases my HP and all that, and all the damage. And the +5 that even Raimone wasn't able to get it right off the bat. I'm sure he's gonna get it next pretty soon. Awaken +5. Soul Strike damages all enemies and reduces their max HP. Its max HP buff applies to all allies instead. So now everybody gets 35% max HP. Everybody gets wait. It's everybody. Wait, let me read it again. Yes, damages 35% of everybody does 35% of max HP damage, and everybody gets max HP by 5%. Pretty much your entire freaking team. At this point, yeah, that is gonna be freaking powerful. And every single one of the enemies also have HP reduced by 20%. So yeah, there's a lot of things going on with this. So yeah, this is the one that makes it all together.
Watching too.
So now I'm gonna show you me fighting with Raimone very slowly, because the thing is that remember that Raimone has 600 and let me see if I'm able to show you my difference in teams. Hopefully I can actually show you here. And no dice. So I'm just gonna show you the very first fight I have with him, which is it's this one. Alrighty, check out. I did a good amount of damage, but yeah, she is not doing a lot of damage. That's something that I noticed for sure. But that is not the main reason why you're bringing her. You're bringing her to make synergy on top of synergy with the color that you're playing here. And this guy has a new artifact which makes him go off right off the bat, which is the only real way that I'm able to actually even try to beat him. So I have no chance. Look, everybody's pretty much dead here. But look at her. Check this out. Check this out. So she already has 4. So she activates everything. Let me see if I can check the stacks real quick here. For her, and that is a lot of stacks right there. Let's see.
This is where life
Base critical chance. Shield. Let's just do the other one. So yeah. Boom, 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 boom. So let's see, and this is the part that got me a little. Look at this. She goes off and boom, boom, boom. Lots of things. Let me see. Let's see if I can get Renegade, Scorched. Wait. He goes off and she goes off and it's so many things, man. Scary stuff, but it is 200 K power difference, but I mean, yeah. And you saw that by the way, I see here. I can show you another fight with him. I did fight one more time. Oh, poor Luna here. She didn't do anything. Do notice that even though Gar goes off first, he takes a lot more damage, but she's able to survive a lot more. A lot more. Let's make this fast. Every single time my Luna gets frozen here. See, he got a bunch more damage and she barely received anything. Boom. So that's he right there. He got the light back, by the way. So that's scary. Alright. Right now, at this point, I'm just seeing how much survivability we're able to actually do here. Let's see. He goes up. You saw that? This little white thing, that's the 20% from the weapon. You can see that it's taken as the target. See, there's one and there's one there as well. Let me see if she does have any stacks. I'm not seeing it, so I'm just gonna go and do the testing thing here, so I can show you that some of these abilities do stack. Hero trial.
But a woven web.
And
should have slipped through it.
You won't in this testing. You won't be able to see all of her abilities because she doesn't have her weapon equipped, so that's gonna be a big difference here. Gain the mana. See, there's two. See right now. See, there's yellow and green there. We got another one. This is blue. You can see it by the colors. So we activate. Let's see what stats did we get. We got yellow echo, which is 50% defense, and green echo, which is 10% HP there. So let's see if we can get even more here. So at this point, we're not. Oh, we already got yellow here, but they have to go off.
Fire leads us to eternity.
They choose really slow heroes here to actually gain the mana back. Here we go. So let's see. Let's kill this one. This one. You saw that? You saw that? That's when they activate when you have the extra echo here, because we have 4, and since they added another one, the last one, which was purple, shot there. So let's see if I can. Let's just do it. Here it goes with all of them. Boom, boom, boom. Green, green, green. Yellow. And we have 4 yellow. 4 green, which is 40% max HP. Yellow has 50%. And by the way, green is undispellable and yellow is dispellable. That is sad. That's weird. It should be all of them undispellable. So that you have to take that into account as well. Did we get yellow? Yes, we did get the yellow. So let's see a little faster here. We got green again. Boom, boom. We got yellow again. We got yellow 3 times. See, you got there. So now let's activate to do the thing that we saw. Wait a minute. We can't activate right now. So we're going to wait one more turn. So she's going to activate on her own now. We lost 1 yellow. But we have 3 yellows. So let's see. We're all 3 together. And boom, 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 boom. There we go. So let's see the stacks. See, 60% defense because we activated 4. See, At the same, because we had 3, but her plus, I think with her plus 5, you'll be able to actually get another effect on top of that. So that's how we got 4 here. So that's really awesome. And for purple, we have to activate her to actually get the buffs for purple. So that's how she actually works. Because I did receive a few questions from people that tell me that they don't really understand how she actually works there. So yeah, that's Tatyana. That was pretty long, but I really want to see how she fares when she is using purple team, full purple team at +5, yellow, red, all the colors. But and in a mono team with her to see how those synergies work. So there's 5 possibilities, and all of them are very exciting to me. So I really want to see that. So do I think that she's a must-have hero? I mean, she is a white hero. And if you are able to get her to +7, she'll probably be a very, 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 very powerful, definitely the most powerful support hero you'll be able to use in the game, because it's not only one color, because usually when you get support is only one color. She will work with any color. So that's really awesome. But do not expect her to be the main damage dealer for sure, because she is a support hero. So that, thank God, she is not the type of hero that's going to one-shot you in the first turn like Guard does. However, she's going to make your team a lot harder to kill for sure, and a lot harder to deal with, because you're going to get, if you get 75% defense, I mean, and you give it to, her weapon, so many things to think about. My God. I do think, of course, that she's very powerful. I haven't decided if she's a must-have hero yet, but I think that her sweet spot, honestly, is +5.
Another soul has lost.
Just like Gar, until you get her to +5, because at this point you'll be able to actually use a specific color and use strategies with the color. Before this, it's going to be all random, over and over, random this, random that. So maybe before that, maybe she's better on, you can use her on defense, because it doesn't matter what color you put on her. But at this point, you can actually do a lot of strategies with a specific color. So that really catches my eye. So do try to get her to +5. The +7, it is nice to get the 50% divine energy. But honestly, it's the +5 is definitely the sweet spot. And the weapon awaken is really freaking scary, especially at the highest level, +5. Really freaking scary. And giving 5% HP to all allies is not bad at all. That's really interesting. So we will see. We will see how broken Tatyana is. I mean, yeah. But yeah, I have lots of hopes for her. She looks very powerful. Very, very cool stuff, guys. And hopefully with my explanations, everything is clear. I try to explain as much as possible, because there's a lot of things going on with this hero for sure. But anyhow, if you still have more questions, do make sure to leave it in the comments and we'll talk about it. All right. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.